I'm the type of person that either has a million things going on or have absolutely nothing going on. This whole thing about balance and being in the middle, I've honestly struggled with it my entire life. When you think about last year, I sold my company, took on a new role. I traveled through over 9 countries on customer visits, meetings, personal travel. It was insane. And it was awesome, but it was also insane. And so in the quest to continue to be the better version of myself, 2018, I actually want to find a good balance. I know that I'm not gonna be perfect about it. I know I have the type of personality where either I'm just like going for a bunch of goals or I'm not doing anything at all and just having downtime. I know that, but I think there's still ways to improve for myself, as I think there's the case for anyone. So instead of a million goals, I'm continuing to go after 5 goals. And I did a whole episode about how to do 5 goals and plan out your year. Instead of going through 9 countries and just go, and the word for 2018 for me is going to be meaningful. I went through 9 countries and it was a blur. It was insane. It was go. I did all these things and accomplished these goals. It was a blur, go. Meaningful is the word I want to introduce into my life for 2018. And for this Unstoppable Monday, I want you to consider it as well. So as I embark upon travel, work, projects, Unstoppable, I want to have more meaningful relationships, meaningful moments, meaningful work. I want to really embrace every moment. As I embark on the first business trip for the year, I set these 2 intentions to bring more meaning into my life.
Perhaps the most famous classic in all the world of music.
Don't worry, we can fix that right now. Board, hoist the anchor, we'll be off.
I set these 2 intentions to try it on for size on how it can be more balanced instead of being go and counting down all the time, to really take it a step at a time. The first thing that I did, and I want you to try as part of this Unstoppable Monday, the first thing that I did was I embraced boredom. Every single time I was on a line, every single time I was waiting for someone to, like if I'm at a restaurant, we're waiting for the menu to come in. Anytime there was this idle time, I made sure to embrace boredom instead of filling it with my phone. So, and we all do this, you get online in the security line at the airport, what do? You take out your phone and you start kind of scrolling through it. Anytime a meeting starts to get boring, what do? You take out your phone and check your emails. I stopped all of that. Instead, and this sounds weird and kind of, well, it was weird for me at first, I just kind of sat there and just looked around and said, this is boring, but I'm gonna embrace it. Boring is okay. And you embrace the boredom. And one of the coolest things that happen is you make space, first of all. You make space for, oh, this is idle time. Literally there's nothing else that I could be doing that's of value. And when you create that space, the second thing that I did is I looked to bring meaning into that moment. Not from just escaping that moment, but in that moment. So if I was in a meeting where it was going slightly off track, I took that moment to say and give back and to speak up and say, hey, maybe this is not the best way to spend the time. Maybe there's another way, instead of just going to my phone and kind of opting out of the meeting. When I was in the line, at the security line at the airport, it actually allowed me to just kind of look around and observe people and people watch, which is actually one of my favorite things to do anyway. So interestingly enough, when I did number one, which was create the space for boredom and embrace boredom instead of escaping it on my phone, it created this space that allowed me to bring more meaning into that space. And it allowed me to see I'm in this dynamic world where a lot of things are happening. I can change the course of this meeting if I want to. It allowed me to do that instead of just escaping that moment. So I put together a little treat. I actually took some footage from my trip going over to Denver. It's my first business trip of the year. I'm super pumped. I want every single one of my trips to be meaningful. I want this year to be meaningful. I want my time to be spent in a meaningful way. And as part of that, I want to be more conscious about how I spend my time. So one of the things I did is I took a bunch of footage from my trip in Denver, and I put together this as almost a creative project. I put together this little movie, and it plays all of my footage during that idle time, during that boring time, in half speed.
We're here in Marketo's Denver offices for our grand opening. You gotta check out this view.
I was incredibly surprised at just how much you pick up from your surroundings, from everything that's going on around you, when you actually embrace boredom and make the space to bring meaning instead of just escaping to your phone. So for this year, you may consider joining me in my goal to bring more meaning into this year and every moment. But at least for this week or next week, for this Unstoppable Monday, I invite you to try it out for at least 1 week where you embrace boredom, and when you create that space, try to bring meaning into that moment. I'm TK, thank you for watching. This is Unstoppable. See you next time.